So Terry, Dr. Nathanson told you that he felt regretful for a strategy that he felt was a deception. Mm-hmm. He told you that. Well, what was this strategy? How did he feel he had deceived the American people about abortion?
It was an intentional deception. It wasn't an accident. It was very methodical. It was effective. It's been deadly. 63 million babies have lost their lives. And so it was an 8-point strategy. So the first thing they did was they hired a public relations firm. And when I say they, it's NARAL.
What is precisely NARAL?
Yeah, it's an acronym, NARAL, for the National Association for the Repeal of Abortion Laws. So this was it was a pro-abortion political action organization, the first, formed back in the late 1960s between Dr. Nathanson and Lawrence Lader. Those were the two men in New York who partnered up, and they had one goal in mind, to get abortion legalized in all 50 states. So this is pre-Roe v. Wade. Mm-hmm. Okay, and when Lawrence Lader, being the savvy marketer that he was, he recognized that the pro-abortion movement was very fractured. You had some people who wanted abortion all 9 months of pregnancy, and then others for a shorter term. It's very fractured. There was no leader. So he recognized this as a huge marketing opportunity. Yeah.
Well, what was the mechanism of the deception?
Yeah.
What was the root of the deception?
The root, well, they knew that they had to deceive the American public into accepting this idea of decriminalizing or legalizing abortion. And the only way to do that was through propaganda. And I always think of John 10:10. You know, Jesus himself said, Satan comes to kill, deceive, and destroy. And that's exactly what NARAL did with 8 points of propaganda. So they hired a public relations firm who advised them that we have to frame the debate about abortion around something that Americans love. And what Americans love is choice. Choice. We love choices.
Yes, we do.
You know, we talked about it yesterday. You know, when you go to the grocery store, look at all the different choices of just orange juice. We love choices. That's a positive word, right? So they framed the debate around choice. And then the next thing they did was they developed the cynical slogans. We've heard these for so many years, we don't even realize that somebody actually sat around and developed devised these, you know, my body, my choice. Every baby a wanted baby, and the list goes on. Mm-hmm. So that's 2 out of 8 of the propaganda strategies.
So the effort was to avoid anything negative, to avoid referring to the fact that there was a human being, a baby, right, that was growing in the womb, and to leave that feeling off to one side, right, that judgment off to one side, to distort the argument.
Right.
And this is what Dr. Nathanson later regretted.
Absolutely. Well, and then all the lies, the other propaganda. I mean, point number 3, he obviously was a OBGYN and medical doctor, and most of the reporters covering this issue were young female reporters. He recognized very quickly that he could use the complicit media. He could tell these reporters almost anything, and they would accept it as truth. They wouldn't go do their research, so he used the media. That's point number 3. Well, what would he tell them? He would tell them lies, you know, these fabricated facts. He would tell the media that 1 million women a year were having illegal abortions in America, and 5,000 to 10,000 women a year were dying due to complications of illegal abortions. All those numbers were lies.
And he told you that he had made up those lies.
Oh, he told me, plus he's written about it, you know, so he's left it in writing.
And what were the actual facts?
Yeah, the real numbers, according to Dr. Nathanson, there were never 1 million women a year having back alley abortions. The real number was around 98,000, and there were never 5,000 to 10,000 women a year dying due to complications. The real number on the high side was 200 to 250. There are other years it was low as single digits or in the 20s, but there were never 5,000 to 10,000 women dying a year.
Okay, what you're describing is an effort to frame the debate in solely positive terms of choice.
That's right.
Without bringing in any negative aspect, and to exaggerate the negative effects on women of the lack of legalized abortion.
That's right.
So what else did he say? What were the other things that were distorted?
Yeah. The PR firms recommended that if you're going to start this revolution, you need to be able to quote statistics. And they said it better be a statistic over 50%. So when I sat with Dr. Nathanson and I asked him, where did you get the 60% statistic that 60% of Americans want abortion on demand legalized? He clenched his fist. Well, he raised his hand in the air, and he clenched his fist, and he pulled it down, and he said, Terry, I pulled the number out of thin air. I just knew I had to be able to quote a statistic over 50%. So, and before I forget this, I think to back up the relevance of these lies and how they're still propagated today, they're repeated today. During the Judge Kavanaugh's Supreme Court hearing, Senator Dianne Feinstein, she not only repeated the lies, but she got the lies mixed up. So what she said to Judge Kavanaugh is, oh, we can't go back to yesteryear where 1 million women a year were dying. I was listening to it. And of course I'm screaming at my TV because I'm thinking, wait, if you're going to quote the lies, get the lies right. So they never said 1 million women a year were dying. They were saying 5,000 to 10,000 women a year. Bottom line, it was all lies. The other thing they would do, though, is they would repeat the lies over and over and over. So this notion of fake news is absolutely true. You repeat it long enough and it sounds like the truth.
Hi, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking on that red subscribe button and click that bell so you'll be notified when we upload new content. Check out all the links below for subscriptions to Inside the Vatican magazine and to the Moynihan letters, which is free to your inbox. You stay connected. It's content that you can get nowhere else. All that information is below. Thank you.